when you go into a new business, the fact that the finance director is a new senior appointment in that business, there's something in human psychology. People are ready for change. And talking to finance directors across Yorkshire as part of this review, one recurring theme was it was felt do things that you identify early, do them early. People are ready for change. There's some momentum there, which can come. It can prove harder if you delay them.
If you're involved in business turnarounds, you don't have 100 days.
Yeah.
So it is very much a case of splitting it down to saying almost what you've got to do. It'd be an exaggeration to say day by day, but week by week. There are a lot of pressures when you get in from your investors, from your bankers, that you're there to do something to make it survive for the 100 days.
It's different for an SME, it's different for a medium-sized business, it's different for a PLC, I would suggest. And also, you've got to understand the actual operation of the company and its requirements. Expectations is another thing that you need to manage, not only from board level, but also from your peers, but also from the people that you're going to be taking control of. And I think taking the time to understand that, certainly from an SME's perspective, is actually critical.
My experience is very much the circumstances for the recruitment. Are you replacing somebody? Is the business in distress? Is it getting ready for some major strategic change? And I think what often happens is that there isn't enough communication either from the board or the shareholders with a new FD as to really what are you coming in to do.
One of our observations in the last 2 years is that the first thing finance directors want to do is go in there and have a look at the real state of the business.
Yeah.
So have a look at the balance sheet, have a look at some of the reconciliations behind that and see what the real state of the business is.
The starting point is usually the strategy, and a lot of businesses, regardless of size, don't really have a strategy. They might think they've got a bit of a plan, but actually have they sat down and worked through what it all means and how it all fits together.
You should be looking at it on a multi-dimensional basis, and one thing that you can say about good finance directors is they will be quite analytical. And then going back to the point that you're making, which is that coming into a business, you're looking at it from a fresh pair of eyes, and therefore really you need to just basically validate what actually has been said to you through the interview process. And I'm sure all of us would agree that it's very rare that actually you go in and it's exactly as it was actually described to you.
One of the things we've heard from a lot of companies was that, possibly counterintuitively, internal promotes to finance director actually on balance tended to find it harder to get the respect to be listened to and be taken seriously than an external recruit who perhaps had established themselves elsewhere, came and people initially believed what it said on the packet, and they had a sort of immediate gravitas because they came from that situation.